Hey everybody. So today we are talking about our why. Our why and our income potential with Young Living. You need to know, you'll hear it all the time, you need to know your why. Why do you need to know your why? You need to know your why because it's easier for you to know why you're doing something and how you're going to get there. So there's going to be definite times in this business that it would be easy to give up and walk away because things get hard, or you have slow months, or your growth isn't what you wanted it to be, or you didn't enroll somebody, or you're too scared to share, or you're just going through things personally that it's easy to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So if you don't know why you're doing this business, if it's to pay off debt, it's to pay for your kids' education, it's to pay your house off, or to make sure that your parents are set when they retire. If you don't know why you're doing it, it's going to be really hard some months to continue doing what you're doing. So you'll hear it said a lot, whether you're doing network marketing or whether you're doing building your own business, brick and mortar. You need to know the why behind it. What is your passion? What is your drive? What makes you get out of bed in the morning and say, this is what I'm going to do today? You need to know the end all be all goal. Is that to retire your husband? Is that to have the freedom to go where you want? Is that to have the freedom to give like you can't give right now because you're strapped down to payments and a mortgage and whatever it may be. So knowing your why is a huge part of your number one step in getting going with this business. So I encourage you to find your why, write it down, and revisit it often. And one way to hold you accountable is to create a video of your own so that you know why you're doing this. So I encourage you to hop on Facebook Live in this group and share with us your why. Why are you deciding to do this business? What is it that drives you? Is it some life-changing, life-altering thing that you personally have had happen with the oils, with the business? Is it because you maybe have a lot of student loan debt, credit card debt? You just $500 a month would make a huge difference in your life right now. Maybe it's because you want your kids to go to a better school, or maybe you want to retire your husband. You're tired of having them work 60 to 80 hours a week. What is your why? Write it down. Have it in a place that you can see it every day. If you're not one to have things up on your wall, it might be, recently I was just told about putting it in a book. And so what they did was they created a notebook and they wrote their vision for the year. So they had like a 2018 vision notebook that they would put what they are. And so this is my goal right now. I had my vision board for last year, and surprisingly enough, a lot of the things on that board happened. Not everything, but a lot of them. So it is something that you have in front of you, that when you're having those bad days, when you're having the days where you don't know why you're doing this, or what's pushing you to that next class or that next one-on-one, or why you're picking up the phone to check in with somebody, you pick up that notebook and you look in there and you see why you're doing it. This is also a good place, or you look on your wall where you have your vision board, and it's going to remind you why you're doing it. So that is my 2 cents on figuring out your why. So dig deep, dig hard. What is it? Is it just because you looking for something to do in your spare time? That's fine too. You might grow slower. You might not have as much push when you have that burning desire. I know Scott and Brenda Schuler talked at an event I was at when I first started doing the business. And one of the things that they said was when they decided to do this business, they had used oils before that. But what happened was they were in a lot of debt to the point where they're ready to file bankruptcy. And they had the paperwork all ready to go and it didn't feel right. And she said, if I can do these oils, I think I can do this. And so she turned around, and it was that burning desire to get that debt paid off, to help other people, to, push forward. They had that pain. You almost have to find that pain. What is the one area of your life that brings you pain? Is that what's going to drive you to the next level? Because if you're comfortable and you're relaxed, that's fine, but you just might not grow quite as quickly. So find your why, write it down, create a vision board, create a vision notebook, and have a place that when you have those low times, you can go to and you know why you're doing this. And that's what I have for you today.